Good morning, I'm Richard Vobes. I'm out on another walk and I'm in West Sussex, in glorious sunny West Sussex, down at the foot of the South Downs. In fact, just in the shadow of Devil's Dyke, about 6 miles from Brighton. And in fact, here we can see, I made that up, it's 9 miles from Brighton. There's a sign just above my head. I'm in the little village of Fulking. I say little village, it's little, but I gather that it's been made into a conservation area because of all the exquisite houses. And I thought I'd just take a little stroll through the main high street or through road, whatever it's called, and explore just some of that. And we'll start here with Cottage. Let me just turn myself around so you can see this rather amazing timber frame building, possibly built around 1637, 1640s, something like that. An absolutely exquisite and beautiful building, 4 stories in height. And look at that fabulous side there, deliberately exposed so that anybody seeing it would be impressed. And I'm very impressed. Let's move our way along as we passed and just dwell on the fact that in years gone by, although now very desirable residence, and a gentleman cleaning his immaculate car by the sides of it, it would have been, or it had been, used for the poor of the community. It was a workhouse. Workhouses were places really as the last resort that you would go to. As you can see, I don't know all the names. That's Fulking farmhouse on my left, and you can see it's got the tile roof, some half timber and brick. But although it is an old village and relatively quiet, you do get the occasional car shooting through. There are a mixture of different aged houses. For example, behind me now, they are houses built in the 1930s, I think 37. It looks like it's even got a working telephone box, which is marvellous. Let's take a further stroll down the road and look at some of these resplendent houses. But back in the village days, of course, this was a farming community. You had the downs just over here where perhaps shepherds had their sheep, and life was pretty rural, pretty quiet, pretty normal, and just like anything that you would have in an ordinary village. We're heading down the hill towards the pub, and the pub, of course, would have been the heart of the village, and you would have had all those typical things that you have, a village shop, for example, and there's one immediately in front of me. It's no longer the village shop, but you can see where the village shop was, in the little square bay window. Have a look in here, another beautiful timber frame building with some typical Sussex tiles on the roof, and then behind you've got the great northern escarpment of the South Downs, and on my right rather, another thatched cottage. This one made of stone with beautiful thatched roof. See if we can just grab a view on the top of that. And something that I've been particularly interested in coming along and having a look at is the spring fountain. Now, here is part of the spring fountain, or this is the actual the tap where the spring water from the downs came out and was accessible to the village. And I believe John Ruskin, here we are, in honour of John Ruskin on the top there, had something to do with helping the villagers get the water from the spring, which is further down the hill. So let's go down and have a look at that and have a gander at the pub as well. Some more rather delightful cottages here. They must treasure the views onto the South Downs as they look out and have their early morning coffee, I can imagine. Unfortunately, it's one of those villages tucked away in the middle of nowhere where very little traffic is trundling through. You only have to go up the road a little bit towards Ditchling, and you see the problems of some villages that have the main traffic running through them. The Shepherd and Dog, obviously a pub, delicious meals. From here, wonderful walks up onto the downs, but right at its base here we can see where the spring water from the downs juts out. Fresh, clean water. I think that you can drink it too, which is even better. It actually says this water is not suitable for drinking, so scrub what I just said. Anyway, a nice little, I don't know what you would call that, little hut there behind me, I guess, to maintain it. But the last thing I wanted to show you as I make my way out of Fulking, and it's been a delightful little walk, and I hope you've enjoyed it. And just before I get there, I just got to pass a few things, so I'll just simply say thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video, and leave a comment. But before that, just pass my little car where little Lola is fast asleep, and just take you up to another spring that is also coming out of the chalk escarpment of the downs. And here it is, just on my left here, Lady Brooke Spring, this one is called. And it says it's recorded in 1842 and restored in 2014. Slightly hidden here. So, thank you for watching, and do join me again next time. Till then, goodbye.